Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, the video, however you're listening or watching. NRLW Round 3 preview with Alex from the NRLW Watch once again. Thanks for joining me, Alex. Have you recovered after a crazy weekend of NRLW?
Yeah, good to be back on. Yeah, no, 4 out of 5 were upsets, so pretty rough on the tipping and watching, but good to see from a competition point of view, to be honest, just
Yeah.
to see how open it is. It's nice not to just see the same 2 or 3 teams winning. So, yeah, it's shaping up pretty nicely and keen to see how it goes for the rest of the season.
Yeah, obviously we're doing that tipping comp as well that we're both in, and I'll tell you what, the results wise of it, it was actually quite easy to do this weekend because there's a lot of red, so
Yeah, a
there
lot of
was a
people
lot of
probably
upsets,
want
so a lot of low scores. But let's get into go through the results from last week. Obviously, we did our scores as well, but first of all, I'll just quickly run through the results that were of last week. And as you said, upsets galore. So we had Titans beating the Broncos after the Broncos got it for the flyer. And I thought originally this could be anything. This was a crazy turnaround by the Titans. So well done to them, 17-16. Raiders at home just out-muscled the heavyweights of the competition in the Roosters, 24-14. The Dragons simply too good for the Eels, and there's already very worrying signs there for the Eels, I think, early on in this campaign. So 38-12. Cowboys too good against another competition heavyweight, the Knights, 31-20. As you said, there's upsets galore here. And then Tigers, 10, defeating the Sharks nil in a lower scoring game, which wasn't the theme of the round. So that was, in a way, nice to watch that tough tussle for the last game, because we all thought leading into that weekend, that was probably would have been the high scoring, free flowing, attacking game of the round. So we got the opposite, but it was good fun to watch. So have you got our results there of our magnificent try scoring?
Yeah, I've got the try scorer result.
We're having.
Yeah, we started so well. I mean, it was so promising. I had Emily Bass, you had Gail Broughton. They both crossed over in that game, and yeah, that was the Thursday game. We had to wait till Saturday, till the next ones. But I was feeling pretty good. We were feeling pretty good about ourselves. And then you had Surgis, I had Kelly. Surgis ruled out. You changed to Corbin Baxter, but neither of them crossed. Then so yeah, we're one from 2 on that. Then it was I had Bobby Law, you had Racine McGregor. Saw 4 wingers score tries in that game. Neither of us got up, and then Cowboys got the upset over the Knights. I had Upton, you had Jasmine Strange. Obviously, both not scoring, and then just our luck. We both went for Sharks players. I went for Anessa Biddle, you went for Tonegado, and Sharks don't score a point. So we both go 1 from 5, 2 from 10 collectively. Not the start we're looking for, but we'll learn and we'll build on it, and hopefully, give a lot better tips this week.
Yeah, we're building, as you said. It's just that slow climb up at the moment. So we'll get back. As you said, I was on cloud 9 after Thursday night. I thought, here we go. We're looking like superstars. So performance of the week as well. I just want to quickly run through last week's results and just pick out an individual and a team for mine. I'll start with Kira Dibb. I thought was sensational on the weekend, and just because of her control over that match, and I just thought she had her fingerprints on everything that went right. And I think we always, when we talk NRL footy, we all talk about the greats like Andrew Johns, Thurston, the likes, how well they had control over games and things like that. And that was in that mold where I just felt like she had everything on a string, and whatever she touched went to gold. For a team perspective, I can't go past the Raiders at home. It was fantastic to watch the Roosters get away early on. You thought the Roosters are looking a totally more up game team than the Raiders were, and they sort of just Taufa just came and just said, no, we're stopping this, and just led the team and went, come on the back of me, let's go. And that performance of mine was great to watch. What about yourself?
Yeah, well, just quickly on Kira Dibb, every time I see her play like that, and I think it was in the City Country game before Origin, she was player of the match, and it just amazes me how she wasn't at least in that Origin squad for New South Wales. I think they really lacked a player like her just to be able to take control on the halves. Obviously, they have Jessie Southwell, so exciting, and one of the best young players in the game. But yeah, I think Kira Dibb just would have brought that level of experience, and just really surprising she wasn't in the squad. But I think Cowboys, they're reaping the rewards of her, and hopefully.
And I heard on your podcast, Naha's a bit of a fan of Kira's as well.
Yeah, she is. She's a big fan of Kira. I don't know. She just loves the way she plays. Just always, in awe of how good she is and can take control of a team. So yeah, not too good. She's not with the Broncos. I think now would be over the moon if she signed with the Broncos one day. But yeah, have to watch her play for the Cowboys for now.
Yeah.
But for me, performance of the week, it's hard to go past Jakai Whitfield. I think 1 try, 290 run meters, 16 tackle breaks, just everywhere in that win against the Sharks. So definitely stand out for me. And then, yeah, like you said, Raiders can't really go past the Raiders. First game at home, playing that Roosters team, just, yeah, pretty big upset, pretty amazing moment for the Raiders.
Yeah, and on Jakaya quickly, challenge Usain Bolt for the world record. I think in 100-meter sprint, she was so quick. That was something that I didn't actually personally know too much about her with her speed, but she must be one of the quickest in the comp.
Yeah, I mean, I always just have Tegan Berry up there,
Yeah,
nickname Flash, and no one seems to get close to her. I think Jamie Chapman will be up there as well. See her do a couple of chase downs on defense, and then yeah, Jakai Whitfield. It's probably the first time I've really seen her in open space or noticed her in open space, and yeah, she completely got away from Tonagato and anyone else chasing her. So I think she's definitely up there. No one else springs to mind in terms of speed, but I don't think anyone's catching Tegan Berry.
yeah, true that. Okay, let's get into the preview of round 3. We've got first up Thursday night, Roosters versus the Dragons at the SCG. Early thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it's a game probably a couple of weeks ago I would have just sat here and said, oh, pretty routine, easy win for the Roosters. But last week, if you're basing it on that form, it's Dragons with a really good win and Roosters with a pretty poor performance. And definitely something they're going to be looking to fix up quickly. I can't see this Roosters team losing 2 games in a row. I mean, for the sake of the comp, I hope they do. I hope Dragons get the win and, really open up the comp. But yeah, I think Roosters, Jess Surge's name to play again. So hopefully we don't see her withdraw. But yeah, Dragons will come in with the full confidence expect that they can compete and get the win. But I'll go Roosters in a tight one.
Yeah. What about your player to watch? I've looked at this and there's just a battle I want to point out that I can't go past, and that's Taron Aiken versus Tyler Nathan Wong. And it's like an experience versus excitement sort of battle I've written this down as. And we've got one player who's been there, done that for years, and we know how good Taron can be and is. And Tyler's just jumped on the scene from a rugby sevens background. We know the skill she possesses, and I can't wait to watch the 258s do battle here.
Yeah, I think they both scored last week, and Tyler's scored in both games now. So, yeah, really taking the league pretty well. And that combo with Racing McGregor just came in leaps and bounds in round 2 compared to round 1. And, yeah, really showing us what they can do. In terms of my player to watch, I'm just going to go the Roosters side of things and say Amelia Pasacala on debut. Probably easy to pick a lot of other players, but a lot of people watching probably know the other players. So yeah, keep an eye on Pasacala making a debut. I think I saw her play in the national championship, so she'll be playing second row. And I think she scored a couple of tries, really hard running, damaging second rower. So yeah, keep an eye on her.
For those that don't know, just quickly, what position she play and what sort of her best attributes to look out for?
Yeah, second row. So yeah, real strong runner of the ball, big body, hard to handle. Yeah, just really damaging, I think, and really be a damaging player on that edge, probably like a Tasman Gray.
Yeah, wow. Looking forward to seeing that one. So let's get to where we're both a bit nervous about now. We're licking our wounds a little bit. What's our predicted try scorer this week for this
Yeah,
game?
I went pretty safe last week. I think we both did, and I will later on. But just this game, I'm gonna go with Pasacala to score on debut. That's the angle I'm going with. Bit risky, but playing it safe didn't work last week. So hopefully, don't ruin us straight away on this one.
Yeah, look, I could go the safety option as well and choose Tegan Berry, which I probably would 9 times out of 10. But after last week, I just feel like going slightly left field, not too much, because she is a noted try scorer in this competition. She scored a lot, but you'd think for the position she wouldn't score that many. But Millie Boyle for mine, I'm going to put down, and I think charging, she won't be happy and impressed after last week's game, and she's going to be going from the back fence, I feel like, and close to that line. I think she's going to get one of her traditional barge over tries. So Millie Boyle for mine.
Okay.
Your prediction here, I've got the Roosters in a tight one, 1 to 12.
Yeah, same. Roosters in a tight one.
Yep, perfect. Next one, we've got Cowboys versus the Broncos up at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Against the Cowboys Broncos. Your early thoughts on this game?
Yeah, we'll see for the Broncos. Poor start to the season now, 0-2. I wouldn't say it's a shocking 0-2 though, probably compared to where the Eels are sitting. The Eels are probably a worse 0-2. The signs are more promising for the Broncos losing in a tight one to the Titans and, staying in the fight against a Roosters team who are firing in round one. So coming in, I'm optimistic, even though even though they're 0-2. But I think the Cowboys' first game at home, and I don't know if the Tigers technically count as a home game what they played at Belmore, even though they were the home team. But the Raiders and the Sharks, when they played their first home game as the expansion clubs, they both got the win. So yeah, I'm just going to go with that logic and say Cowboys first home game, they'll be up for it. And I'm probably lacking confidence Broncos squad that Cowboys could get the job done, especially after last week as well, beating the reigning premiers and Knights. So they'll be full of confidence,
Yeah.
the Cowboys.
Crazy to think then the Broncos could be 0-3 after
Yeah.
3 rounds of football. And as you said, they've been in pretty much every contest so far. It's not like they've been smashed and totally out of the ballpark. They'll probably be looking back if this is the case on Monday and going, how are we not, haven't we have notched a win yet? So yeah, that's how close and crazy this competition is straight up. It's been great to watch early on. Player to watch, again, I couldn't go past the clash, and that was Kira Dibb versus Ali Brigginshaw, the two senior heads in both teams, the halfbacks, the conductors of the sides. I'm really, really looking forward to watching these two go at it. I think they both will know the importance of getting the win here against a derby game, arch rival. You got one different for us?
Yeah, a little bit different. Just China Pilata because she moved before the game from wing to prop, and she handled
Yeah.
herself well there. And I wasn't sure really what the move was all about and if it's a permanent move. But she's named on the bench, so she's coming off the bench, and I'm assuming she'll be a forward replacement. So yeah, just interesting to keep an eye on her and see if that is a permanent positional change now.
Talk about utility factor. I don't know if that's ever been done in either competition, NRL or the NRLW. A winger and then a prop the next week. That's almost that's Jay Granville territory where he can go from 1 week from hooker to fullback and things like that. It's crazy. So as soon as that happened, I scratched my head. I thought this can't be happening. She dominated. She was so good in prop. It was like, hang on, is this her position?
Yeah, she's full of energy. So such a strong runner. So they just they thought why not? They'll try it out, I guess. And Ben Jeffries must have liked the move and kept her there, well, at least on the bench for this week.
Yeah. Yeah, not the worst position to have her on the bench and fill in a number of positions there. Predicted try scorer in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Fijian wing. I think it's Vitalina Naikore. I think she ended up scoring 2 tries late in the game last week. And I think the Broncos' edges are still, they don't fill me with confidence. I think Lauren Dam on one wing, and I think it's Tony Hunt named on the other wing, who I think has played lock and second row before. I don't know if she's ever really had much experience on the wing. And I think, yeah, Tony Hunt will be, it might be Lauren Dam actually, but still, yeah, the edges. We saw Emily Bass cross over for the Titans last week, I think at right wing. And I think, yeah, just depending on what wing she plays on, but either edge, I'm not full of confidence, so I'll back her in for one this week.
Well, look, before we do this, I always write down 2 names in case you steal one, which you've done one, you've stolen one, and then you haven't given me a great review or great thoughts about the other one that I've written down, which is Tony Hunt, which I will have as my pick just on the wing there. I think with the Broncos sort of backline moves and that they get, she could be able to go there. And we're seeing basically just catch the ball and put it down a lot of the time. So I'm hoping she can get one of those ones and the Broncos can get on with some few tries there. Prediction of, I know you've mentioned the Cowboys. I just can't fathom the Broncos starting this year 0-3. So for that, I'm going to go the Broncos in a tight one. Your Cowboys?
Yeah, look, I hope Broncos don't go 0-3, but yeah, I'll go with the Cowboys at home in a tight one
Yeah,
again.
that home stat you've said has got me very nervous about putting in my tips as well. So I'm double checking there. So Sharks versus the Titans, the other Saturday game, 3:10. Little early thoughts for this game.
Yeah, another tight game to be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's not much separating them. I think after last week, Sharks not scoring a point, pretty surprising. Credit to the Tigers for that performance. And then Titans, staying in it after, like you said, it looked too easy for the Broncos early, but they managed to fight back and get in the game and get the win in the end. So yeah, but Titans probably coming in with more confidence, come 2-0 now, and Sharks pretty disappointed with last week. So just got the Titans ahead on that confidence factor at the moment.
Yeah, it's a cracking contest when you look at it. So really looking forward to watching this one. Player to watch. I really like the hooker battle there. Quincy Dodd against Lauren Brown. Yourself?
I'm going to go Ivania Polite. I think she scored in both games to start the season, been red hot form, leading the Dalians after round 2 on 9 points. So, yeah, hard to look past her with in terms of someone who's going to, stamp their mark on the game.
Yeah, look, if you want to play safe here, and I know you said at the start there's a safety options to come, this might be it, and it could be the same name as your predicted try scorer.
Yeah, predicted try score. I'm going with Destiny Minnow Cineparty. I think Emily Bass I got last week, but I'll change the winger this week. I think down that Sharks right edge, they've conceded 3 tries in 2 games this season. So, and I think Destiny scored 1 and had 1 disallowed in round 1. So I'll go Destiny.
I'll go Kiana Takarangi, Sharks centre, crashing over in one of those nice little crash plays in the centre. So that's my one there. Prediction, what do you got for this one?
Yeah, another tight game. So I'll go Titans, by a try or
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I like the Sharks early on, so I'm going to stick with the Sharkies. But this is a flip of the coin. I really don't know where this could go. I would not be surprised if this is one of those golden points or a field goal or something is a deciding factor between these two teams. Because I think the Sharks are going to start to, not that they need to be desperate. 1-1 is not desperate times, but they don't want to lose again when it's a home game as well. They want to be there for their home crowd and get that one up again and make it a fortress to play there. The first Sunday game, and that's the Eels versus the Knights at Combank Stadium. So Eels' first home game of the year. And this is, I was going to quickly bring up the time frame, the time slot the NRL has down for this game, which is 12:03. So
Really?
it's a bit of a weird starting. I don't know if it has to be exact time, if they're factoring maybe the lady's going to stand there for a couple of minutes and who knows what's going to happen. But I just noted that I had a bit of a laugh to myself, so I wanted to bring that up at the NRL app. If that's a little typo, guys, can someone please get onto that one? But yeah, that's good. Early thoughts on this one, because if there's a game where it might be your easy safety thing, it's probably this game, unfortunately for us Parrot fans.
Yeah, at home for the Eels. I think. Did you say it was their first home game? I think in round 1
Yeah.
they played home at Combank Stadium against the
Oh,
Tigers. Didn't?
sorry. I might be completely mixed up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's all right. Just wanted to double check. Yeah, look, it's hard to back or have any confidence in the Eels after the first 2 rounds, and obviously the Knights won at their best last week, but just based on the Eels' form, I think just their edges have really just leaked points. I think I mentioned it in the round 2 preview how shaky their edges were looking, conceded like 3 or 4 tries down their edges, and last week, conceding 2 tries to each winger of the Dragons. So, yeah, I think Tamika Upton and the Knights backline will be able to capitalize on that, and could be a big win again for the Knights. Yeah.
Yeah, just back on your other point, the reason why I'm saying first home game, I'm trying to erase the last 2 games from my memory. So I'm just thinking the season starts now for us Para fans anyway. So anyway, we could get some confidence from. Player to watch here. I really like some 2 exciting wingers here, Zaylee Faye and Jasmine Strange on the wings here. That battle, I really like that. I think Faye's been the shining light for the Eels first 2 games, and has some real quality about her, and we know that the quality that Jasmine Strange has possessed so far both weeks. Your play to watch?
Yeah, my player to watch, another person making their debut, Georgia Roach. She obviously signed over from England, that 5-year deal. We saw her play at the World Cup. So I think Caitlin Moran has been dropped from the halves. So yeah, Roach will debut and partner Jesse Southwell on the halves, and I'm keen to see how they link up, because I thought preseason that they would be the starting halves, but I think Roach got here like with a week until the season or something like that. So they've given her a bit more time to settle in, and getting an opportunity now. So definitely a play to watch.
We've seen some famous Roach play the game previously. Is there any relation?
No, no idea.
We're not too sure. We'll find out. I predicted try scorer for this one. I've got down two names again, so I'm hoping if you still
Yeah, I'm
got it, you
hoping
can
you
please.
have the other name like that I was wanting. So the one I went with was Sheridan Gallagher. I think two tries last week
Yeah.
potentially, or just the Eels conceding the 4 tries to wingers. So yeah, I'll go Sheridan Gallagher.
Yeah, and I'll go the other wing. I'll go Jasmine Strange.
Perfect.
We got stung last week because it was Gallagher that scored the try, and I was like, please just
Yeah,
give me Jasmine, please. But perfect there. Prediction here. I think this is a game where the Knights get this done quite comfortably, and I would not be surprised by a margin of say 20 plus. To be honest, it hurts me to say, but yeah.
yeah, I think pretty similar. I think Knights to win, and yeah, could get ugly.
Unfortunately, I might be erasing this game from my memory as well.
Yeah,
The last game. The last game of the round, Raiders versus Tigers, GIO Stadium. So back-to-back home games there for the Raiders, which is nice for them to get. Thoughts on this one? I think this is, again, we could be seeing the best save till last, and there's some cracking games this week.
yeah, I think this is probably the game of the round. Definitely the one I'm looking forward to the most. But yeah, another sort of 50-50, probably similar to a few of a few of the games like the Sharks Titans. Yeah, I guess at home again gives Raiders a boost after what they were able to do there last week against the Roosters. But Tigers 2-0, the form team of the comp, keeping the Sharks scoreless last week. Just two teams really, yeah, like top of the comp right now in terms of form last week at least. But I'm just leaning towards the Raiders only because the home advantage and what they did last week. I know the Tigers have been so good, and I haven't backed them, haven't tipped them the whole comp yet. So just my luck if the Tigers win again. But yeah, just that home advantage is what's got me leaning the Raiders.
Tigers are praying you don't tip them all year, then if that's the case,
Yeah,
they'll go on and win the comp. Player to watch in this one, I've got Zahara Tamaro, who I thought was outstanding and close to the player of the round last week and was very close to getting my award. But I thought the way she played on the weekend, she really just took the game out of the Roosters' control. I felt like her kicking game was sensational. She's got some a great feet, great running game as well. I just was loving what I was seeing from her.
yeah, definitely one of the key recruits that the Raiders have got, and I'm sure they're happy they've got her now. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it pretty boring and go Jakaya Whitfeld. Just so exciting last week. Like I said, the player of the week for me. So if she can keep putting up performances like that, she'll be racking up the Dally M points as well.
Yeah, and we've got predicted try score. I'm going to get in first this one because I'm going to
Yeah,
steal
go on.
Whitfield. I'm going to steal Whitfield this time, so I want to. I can get her as my try scorer, please.
Yeah, okay, you can, but I didn't come prepared with the second one. Let me just quickly look.
Oh, look out! You've got all right. No worries. I'll go. You can have that one. I'll go another one then. That's
Take another
fine.
one. Yeah, go on.
I'll go. I'll go Madison Bartlett.
Yeah,
For my
who I
try
would have.
as well.
That's who I would have picked anyway as the second one. So there you go.
Look at this. We're on the same page this week. Maybe
Easy.
I don't know. Hopefully that's a good thing. We'll soon find out.
Yeah.
Prediction, you said you're looking at like the Raiders. I'm going the same thing. I think the Raiders, I think at the start of the year, obviously had that ladder predicted video with Neha as well, and she said the Tigers, and she's kicking herself every time she talks about it here on the podcast about
Yeah.
having them last. But for mine, and she wasn't just the only one that was saying it. There was a lot of people out there who thought the Tigers were going to struggle this year. So I just feel like maybe is there a week where the wheels do start to come off a little bit and a bit of momentum starts to hold? Can they be that good and continue it? So I just think of that the Raiders might be able to just get up and that the confidence because that Roosters outfit is class. We already know how good that Roosters outfit was. So if they can do it against the Roosters, then I have a feeling they can do it against the Tigers at home.
Yeah, I think, like you said, with the Tigers wooden spoon prediction, I think we put up on the story like the anonymous follower bowl predictions, and one of them was Tigers to get the wooden spoon. I think we had agree, disagree, and 65% of people said agree. So yeah, Neha shouldn't be feeling too bad because I don't think she's alone on that one. But yeah, they're proving people wrong nice and early in the season. But yeah, like you said, yeah, definitely can't win them all. And yeah, Raiders team with lots of confidence, but another tight one. So yeah, it could even be a golden point game.
Yep, no, it could be, and hopefully starting to warm up there in Canberra. It's a nice day game as well, so shouldn't be too bad conditions-wise. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's all we've got time for the preview video. Once again, guys, thank you very much for listening, tuning in, giving both pages some love, League of Inches and NRLW Watch. We're across multiple platforms, all the ones you can find us both on. So please go ahead, give us both some love. I know we both really appreciate it. Watch the NRLW Watches podcast as well. They do that after each week as well. Alex, any special shout outs you want to end on?
No, just shout out to us. Hopefully we can get our tips up a bit better this week. And yeah, hopefully it's a good week of footy and not too many upsets for our sake. But yeah, look forward to it and we'll see you next week.
I was about to say the only way is up for us, but technically we did get one, so we can go down. But let's hope we don't. We're gonna continue to rise up here. So thanks for listening, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, and can't wait for Thursday night to kick off.